Okay, caught back up. Sorry, folks. Please excuse the delay. I don't know what the
Crazy
hell.
technology.
Crazy technology. Yeah, no idea what the hell it was about. Okay, so apparently you have folded the wings. What do we got?
That's what I have. Um, so I came down about that far
Okay, and went up about that far.
and then went up. Yeah, good ways in the back.
Fair enough.
And give me 1 second. I need to go get some scissors, tape, and stuff.
Scissors, tape, and stuff. Okay. He needs scissors, tape, and stuff. Definitely not a Boy Scout. We are always prepared. It's just handy to have it, and I'm messing it up by the numbers because I know I'm probably making this fuselage way too high. Well, I don't see his bird, so I can't really tell. But I'll rejack it here, and I think I'll get it more to like what his is. Yeah. Okay. His Diablo, he keeps focusing on. Like I gotta tell him he's gotta keep focusing on Diablo because like, I think it's one of the premier planes that came out of Mink and now NASA's. It's a great little bird, simple to build. Really great combat plane, and flies really good for what it is. Last time we were doing this, I showed him a couple things to do with it that would make it perhaps better. But a lot of the technologies, of course, because of the plan form it has, a lot of the technologies can be shared off of the phase, any of the phases. So we at least ought to try that, I think.
Okay.
Okay, I think I got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks about it. Now
That looks about it.
let me get this set back up. So you're not staring at the ceiling because it wants to be stupid.
Well, stupid is
Now
stupid does.
I need to measure. Let me see how far down I want to do this. Inch. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So, oh, I'm gonna need a pen. Thought I had a pen. I don't have a pen. Sarah, you got a pen over there? You got a pen? Oh, never mind. I'm good. There's a pencil right here.
Wait,
We
okay.
good. I got
A
a pen.
pen is in a writing pen. Got to make sure my pen writes.
I'll read it in just a minute. Let me do that. Okay, so about that. That means
Doesn't really showcase this very well, but and I'm blinding you with the coloring, but this is you can't really see it. My lighting is weird, but one of the topics we were going to discuss while we're building this Diablo, one of the things I wanted to talk about was camouflage. What to do about camouflage in your aircraft, because so many of us just build out of whatever material and typically just don't bother with any coloration of any sort. Um, should they be camouflage? I don't know. Does it matter? I guess. I mean, you could. I mean, they're technically combat planes, so really, you probably should. But do we ever do it? Nah. I've camouflaged probably a grand total of 5 planes. Um, crayons. Crayons are your friend. Best way to go. Don't do this much harm. And I mean, the color's not uniform, but pencil takes too long, and marker, of course, is wet. So crayon is the best way to go for any marking. I mean, if you're going to do like small marking, you use pen or pencil, colored pencils for like fin flashes or coloration of the code, but overall camouflage has got to be done with crayon. Or the sheet itself, in which case I was showcasing these. This right here is a slate-colored sheet. This is a thicker bonded stuff, cardstock. Well, not exactly cardstock, but thicker than notebook sheets. And then I've got the brighter colors. I use that on Javelin. I don't think the interceptors need to be camouflaged at all. There's really no point to that. It's just pretty much get out of their way. And then I got green. Green makes for a good ground attack to a degree. And I now have 3 shades of blue. These will be experimented with to see exactly which one works with the sky better. I'm willing to bet that light one's probably the best, but we shall see.
Indeed.
But there are others. Like, I mean, obviously, if you go to a stationery store or office place, there are some that are like shaped like the clouds and stuff. And while that might be a good idea, usually the clouds aren't that small and moving, so totally probably unnecessary. Just something to consider. And of course, you probably have to take in your environment into consideration as well, because you just don't know. Are you dealing with if you're going to be in the combat zone, it's going to have a lot of parking lot area, asphalt, with some trees. Maybe you don't want it to be green. Maybe you want it to be gray, blackish gray. If you're always in a suburban environment where there's housing behind you, maybe you want it to have a little bit of patterns, grayish, brownish patterns in the background, so that you lose it in amongst the buildings. And then, of course, if you're in a field, you want your greens and your browns and blues and stuff like that. But just things to consider if you're going to camouflage it. And obviously, a lot of things to consider if you go that route. You don't really want to make, I mean, obviously you got a sheet of paper with a lot of words on it. Sure, you can make that plain, but I mean, dude, those words are going to show up and be rather ominous. So, hey, look, fly the Dodge paper. It makes for a good target.
Oh, yeah, that's why I like the Dodge paper.
Obviously, some of them you don't want to lose.
Okay. So, here's what I need you to do.
Here it comes.
I need you to take that other sheet, that other half sheet.
The other half sheet, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, take the other half sheet and cut out 2 1-inch by 1-inch squares.
1-inch by 1-inch squares. Okay. Oh, well, this shit just got real. All right, 1-inch by 1-inch squares. We're not turning this plate into a Rubik's Cube, are we?
Nope.
Oh, technicality.
But this part is annoying.
I need 2 of these squares?
Yes, you're going to need 2 of them. And you're going to need a little bit of tape. But cut out the squares first.
Oh, I'm scared he wants tape. He wants tape and squares, and I'm just nervous about this whole situation. But you know what?
I have an idea what I'm going to do.
I actually, yeah, that's why I'm nervous about this whole situation. They really have to be 1-inch by 1-inch, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, this is apparently important. Don't try this at home, kiddies. I'm kidding, of course, you're going to have to try this at home.
Yeah, if you're following along, then by all means, try it at home. But if you're not, then don't try it at home.
Then don't try this at home. Try this in the privacy of your own parking lot.
Or try it at school. Or
try it at school. Everybody in school seems to love doing this. Hey man, I didn't like school that much, but I'll tell you what, school is a great place to build massive hordes of planes. 1-inch by 1-inch. See, we're getting all technical. And he's scaring me.
Oh, he's scaring himself because I don't even know exactly where I'm going to place it.
You heard that? He doesn't even know. But that just confirms my suspicions as to what he was going to do with it. Whoops. Ah! I'm being as fairly technical as I can about these 1 inch by 1 inch squares. If they are 1 inch by 1 inch. Did you measure yours out so you know they're 1 inch by 1 inch, or you eyeball it?
No. I measured it out.
Okay. I wanted to know if you eyeballed it and then told the rest of us to measure it.
No, I measured it. That's why I told you what it was.
Ooh, T. I have 1 inch by 1 inch squares. Yay! What am I doing with them?
Okay, you have 2 1 inch by 1 inch squares.
Now I'm going to tape the ever beloved Jesus on these plain, ain't I? I know.
I know. Stop. Take the
Stop. I'm not even doing anything yet.
Take the 1 inch by 1 inch squares.
Ooh, look, they would look cool right there. Okay, what?
You're going to fold it in half.
Jeebus. I'm going to fold this teeny tiny sheet of paper in half. And we're going to make little bitty fighters that come off the big Diablo. And Diablo's not that big.
Yeah. Now if I can figure out how to get this tape on this thing.
Oh, believe me, kiddies, I've made planes this small. Probably you have too. I've made planes smaller than this. I think my hands were smaller when I made them this small, but I don't know. Okay, they're folded in half. Now what am I doing?
Now,
It's going to get worse.
Unfold it, and you're going to basically fold the 2 ends to the center line. So you're going to make a rectangle out of it.
The 2 ends to the... Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? 2 ends.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See what I'm doing?
You know, it strikes me that if you made them 2 inches, this wouldn't be as difficult. But whatever.
I just want to see how it works this way.
Okay, fair enough. At least you're playing with some technology.
Yeah.
That's all we about here. I mean, a lot of you guys out there I've seen, like, you make comments about certain aircrafts that you have, and like, oh, they're great. I mean, they're good planes and everything. And obviously, we're trying everything from flying wings to white wings to, you know, origami that looks like real birds. But however you get it done, just get it done. It's greatly appreciated. It's nice to see people with their own designs, you know. We are probably more purists. I have built planes that look real. I have built cardstock and so on and so forth. I just like these that are a little bit more simpler in the build. That way, especially if I lose them, I won't be as mad or sad when I get rid of them. I mean, it's bad enough as it is because I tinker with a lot of the technology. But okay, I have these rectangles now.
Now you're going to take a small piece of tape and...
Wait, are they supposed to be folded in on each other and not making like a W?
No. You're gonna make it a rectangle.
Well, you want me to do it like it doesn't look like that, right?
No.
Okay, I did that to make sure that the thing was actually square.
Yeah, of course I did too. And then you make it into a rectangle.
So you want it like that?
No.
No? No.
Can you see that?
You want it into a box.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So you want it more like...
Yep. And then you're gonna tape it. Take a small piece of tape and tape that together.
You realize that the best...
Just along that edge.
Just along the edge to square off the box. You realize, of course, that if you measured if we measured the width of one of the sides, which apparently is 1/4 of an inch, we could have just made another 1/4 inch flap, and that way we could have folded over itself.
No, I wanted to add it on.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay,
we're good. Okay, we're good.
I got to build my second one now.
Small piece of tape, yeah.
Yeah, just a small piece of tape.
Small as I can get it, or does it matter?
just this. I did mine the length of the box, but I made it pretty thin so it would barely went over the edges of each side.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I did. I'm getting so much
So
fingerprint grime on this thing, but
yeah,
okay.
and then you take another small piece of tape, and I cut that piece of tape in half.
Geez, you're technical on this.
And then I taped it in the front of the box and the back of the box to the wing.
Somehow I knew you were going to do that. I mean, literally, I somehow knew
That's what I did.
you were going to do that. Okay, so we're creating a box. This is
But
cool. I haven't made a box in a long time. I haven't made a...
yeah,
Okay. Okay, I have a box.
'cause
One box down, one box to go.
yeah, I gotta make my second box now.
And where on the plane are we? Well, wait, let me make the box first, then we'll decide where on the plane is going to go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this plane will look good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here we go. God, my fingers are tearing this tape up. All right. Then piece. There we go. I know this is trying to be a weight remedy, isn't it? We're trying to make sure we don't add any weight.
Yeah, I'm not trying to add too much weight to it.
Of course. The glue might be a better option. Might be.
Oh.
Well, it might be. It depends on where and how. Okay, I have two rectangular boxes. Where am I locating them on this plane? Are these landing gear? They're really small. Are they rocket launchers?
No. They're gonna be like angels almost.
Oh, okay.
I put mine basically took the corner.
Like there, can you see that?
I cannot.
Hold on, let me see if I can improve the situation. I know, sorry guys, it's probably kind of pixelated, but there you go. Like
Basically.
out there.
Yeah, is basically yeah. If you can get it, it's gonna touch the two ends of the plane, so the leading edge and the back edge.
Okay. And that's what we're gonna make sure we keep it semi straight.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You're gonna.
Well, of course, if it follows the leading edge, because of now I don't know how yours turned out because I've got a notebook sheet of paper, but if you look at this, and I know that I'm trying to get. Hold on, let me see if I get. There you go. You see the lines on the notebook sheet of paper? They actually come, see near the back, they're close in and they get wider, meaning like the wings experience some separation out away from the fuselage. So if you put the box trying to like straight on that, that means it's going to be kind of canted out. Hopefully that's what you're looking for. I'm just letting you be warning you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Okay, okay. Because I don't know how that's going to affect it. I mean, typically you want it down the line of the fuselage, but that might be all but impossible with this thing.
Yeah, I wanna, yeah, different. I mean, I'm gonna test different ones. I mean, if you want to put them in a different area, by all means.
No, I want to do what you're doing here for this case. So.
And I'm probably gonna make them bigger as well.
But
I just want to see how this turns out. I've had this idea for a little bit.
Holy cow, dude. Trying to get the tape inside the box. That is serious business right there, folks. This is not for the faint of heart. This is craftsmanship. You have to be a craftsman. I have no idea what I'm referring to on this thing. Here we go.
Yep. Yeah, craftsman from Sears.
No, that's well, yeah, okay, good, yeah, okay, go visit your Anyway, okay, I've got one piece of tape on there. I'm not very happy about it, but I've got it. I don't even know how secure it is. Okay, gonna have to get the other one on. That's not going to be good.
Yeah, I gotta cut the other box out. I didn't cut both of them out at the same time.
Dude, really? You've been having me make this whole box by myself? Okay, whatever.
I made the first one.
Yeah, I know, but, whatever. Okay. Come on, let go. What the fuck? See, this is really sensitive work, people. This is like, okay, you want it to stick to something, and it's not going to stick to something. It's going to stick to something else.
Yeah, I was gonna say I used a pencil to get
Well,
the tape.
yeah, you have to. Actually, it would probably be a better idea to put this tape on before you box it. That way you could at least get to it. Because the challenge now is
Well, that's true.
exhilarating.
That's what I'm gonna do on this one.
Oh, sure. Now he says it. I made two boxes. I'm screwed now, ain't I?
Well, no. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. We're here.
But that's why we're doing this. It's a lesson learned.
Yeah, I know.
Bigger boxes.
This is exactly what it is. You take tinkering, see where you can go with it.
Make bigger boxes and then make bigger boxes.
This is obviously a little form of Pisces, and to a degree, but yeah, obviously not cylindrical. Square.
Ooh, come on. Ooh, I'm having trouble with this one.
You're having trouble. I'm having better time sticking this piece of tape to my finger and the desk than I am to the actual plane and the box itself. I think I finally got it into the box. Whether or not I'm going to get it on the plane or not is a totally different story.
Yeah, I'm still trying to fold mine.
It's stuck to the table really good. Okay.
I'm trying to fold my box and it ain't working. It's so stinking tiny.
Okay, I got it. Here we go. Oh God, how am I going to do this? This is crazy. I'm going to use the scissors. Well, because Dunkin' Donuts over here decided to actually, let's make a 1 inch by 1 inch square. I'm making a 3 inch by 3 inch square if I'm going to try this myself. That's just what I'm saying.
I thought it was going to be bigger than what it ended up turning out to be.
Yeah, well, if you have fingers the size of a China doll, you might want to be able to. Okay, I've got a square on my wing.
You got 2 squares?
Not yet. But I'll try to have a second square. This is probably going to take an additional 10 minutes because the tape wants to stick more to me than it does the aircraft.
Yeah.
I think it'd probably be better to just get a big old piece of tape and then cut the strip. So I'm going to do that. Let me guess. Diablo Box will be its name.
No.
Oh. Well, it was a guess.
It was definitely a guess. It was a terrible guess, but it was a guess.
Well, I mean, what am I supposed to think when I'm building a box inside on a bird?
I'm going to call it Boxster.
Ooh. I know somebody might have an issue with that. I don't know. He's dead. He's been dead a long time, but we still buy his cars. Oh, I just taped it to the desk.
He's been dead a long time.
But we still buy his cars. I taped it to the desk. I did it again! Don't try this at home, kids. You might as well go with a 3 inch box.
Yeah, this 1 inch box is terrible. Lesson learned. Use
1 inch box. Really small. Working out, though. I mean, to a degree.
Well, it takes skill.
This reminds me of the time when... No, it doesn't. I never did this before. This doesn't remind me of any time. This sucks. Okay, it doesn't suck. It's a good idea. It's valid. I mean, I definitely want to see what it does, what he's trying to get at here. If I think his whole idea here is actually...
I'm over here sitting here trying to be easy with it when I can just do it this way.
I'm thinking, actually, his whole thing is to make us look like idiots by trying to build the smallest box possible and try to get it on his plane.
It's actually going to work. I got that. Now I can do this.
And yes, people, I know, before you say it, could you use tweezers? Yeah, we could use tweezers. I've got like 13 pairs of tweezers within reach. But do I want to do that? No, that's cheating. We're doing this without tweezers. We're men.
And it's very difficult to get this tape on there.
was very difficult because, like, again, see, I have stuck my plane to my desk. Okay, here we go. Right. Okay. Kicking it out now.
Bad idea. Bad idea. Bad
Yeah.
idea.
1 inch box. Bad idea. 1 inch square. Bad idea. But no. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm not trying to say that. This isn't a bad idea. Somebody had to do it. Unfortunately, it had to be me.
No, it's a bad idea. I mean, it's a good concept. Bad.
Okay, here we go. I got
design.
it. I have 2 square boxes.
I'm still working on number 2.
I know this stuff is impossible, dude. I have tweezers. I have various.
I'd have better trouble playing some Mario Kart at this point.
Oof. Yeah.
You know how terrible I was with that.
People, please look. You were getting better.
Yeah, I was, but that's not the point, because I was still terrible by the end of it.
Well, yeah. But you were getting better.
I'm getting better doing this, though.
Indeed.
This is actually working.
I'm actually proud of you for doing this on a Diablo, because this is cool. We're saying we should work Diablo, and we're working Diablo.
Okay, cool.
Okay, these things have definitely made the wings heavier. I can feel it in the flappiness. So let's see what we got here. If you're ready for
Did you tape it?
Together? I taped it onto the wings. That's all I've done so far.
Okay. Well, hang on.
Did I tape it? No, I didn't tape it. I can't tape it. What do I do if I taped it? Probably tape it. I do have. I got a set of tweezers, as you can see. These are, you should definitely have a set as much as you can for fine toothing purposes here. This right here, the cross tweezer that actually holds is probably made for these damn 1 inch squares, and yes, it is. It's holding on to it very well. But hey, what do I know? Oh, where's the fun in that?
Yeah, tell me about it. Why does he gotta wake up? Why does he have to wake up? Yeah.
1 inch squares.
All right. Yeah. All right. Hang on a minute.
Hang on. I know. Please
baby.
stand by. Technical difficulties of a different sort. He's gonna regret that later on because, of course, the baby's gonna tear up things. We've been through this before. Apparently, going through it again. I have no idea if this actually means that I've finished mine before him. Probably, but I don't know if we're done. So I can't even code this. I'm thinking about coding this. But to be perfectly fair, of course, I cannot. We're very strict in our coding. We have to know who's going first versus who's going second. So and indeed they are, yes. Hey, OAE, hi, how you doing? I see you're on there. Yeah, these are kind of he's making them really small and probably not a type of weapons pod. Well, I mean, obviously they could be. Well, you call them a multi-use pod, and these could be. I'm thinking with the size he's making us make these, they're more of a aerodynamic aid, and I'm kind of nervous about that very thing, just because, again, this is no way to tell if they're perfectly symmetrical down the line, and already, as you can see, they're canted out from the body, so I don't see any good really coming from that. I mean, I suppose it could be, but like we'd probably have to get an angled cut in the front so that the airflow would flow out of them properly. As it is, we're just making a box, and again, an out-canted box. You can see the way it is. Not exactly the greatest thing. There is definitely a baby back there. They're how much they could contain, I don't know. They were supposedly a flight pod that you would actually have carry some stuff with. It would probably be a lot bigger than this. And again, not so far out there. Again, aerodynamic aid, of course. He's got to be thinking that they're so far out there in the wingtips. We put anything inside of these, they're going to bend the wings. And I'm not telling anybody out there probably anything they don't already know. I'm just pointing it out because that's what we do. I have kind of messed mine up, and I'm very seriously considering trying to change this because it's on the outside. This one here is canted off a little bit more. This one I did great. This one is lined up. There's probably the exact same amount in the front as it is in the rear, which is about 3/16. This one does not do that. First of all, it's not even 3/16. Ouch. The other one is 1/8. Ouch. Okay. Well, my plane's going to suck. I don't even have to fly to be able to tell. I guess I could fix. I might be able to fix that. This is really tricky though, because I don't know. The whole point of this would be to get the. What would you call that? I mean, I don't even know. The whole point would be to get the angle back towards the body some here. So I'm going to end up retaping it, which is just inviting disaster, I might add. Whoops. Going by the millimetric. Yeah, I didn't put it back far enough. I could. Okay. Whoa. Okay, what I could do here. This is probably a bad situation because I'm going to add more weight onto this. I don't know if any of y'all out there have tried it, but actually one of the cool things about doing something like this is if you put tape on the plane and then take the tape off, you create a thinner sheet of paper. Like it's obviously a tissue almost sheet because the tape rips off the paper, and then creates a single layer, and you could alleviate weight in that methodology. All the multi-purpose underwing pylon, indeed. Half an inch on each side, yeah. And I was thinking about that because like these are so small that again, your pods. I mean, you built them. It's separate. You show them on the aircraft, but you showed them like how they are pre-installation. These are going straight onto the plane, and they're. I don't know. I mean, like we have to go further into exactly what he's doing with these before we get an idea of how it's going to turn out. Your pods, these pods are much sturdier, and I might add a lot easier to build. These are crazy at this size. I do not recommend this size. I recommend more of your size, being the 1.5 or something larger to play with. This is crazy. I don't think. I mean, back in the day when we built engines, it wasn't. I mean, it was difficult, but I wouldn't say it was this difficult. And again, yes, I could use the tweezers, but I'd be cheating now, wouldn't I? Now I have to use a smaller piece of tape to attach this on there. Oh yes, indeed, that winglet. Yes, you're right. I haven't actually experimented with that too much. I don't know if any of you guys have out there. OAE, have you worked on that winglet before? I haven't put that on board yet, but I did look into that before I saw that. I was thinking about that. It would probably be a good touch. I'm going to have to go tweezer here. I need to get inside the box so I can get it to stick. We tried different types of winglets. Most of our planes actually don't do too well with curled winglets, I can say that, which is like, everything that real airplanes have. I can't explain that. I don't know why. I mean, obviously related to the aerodynamics of a real plane versus a paper airplane. Hence as to why the wings are above the fuselage instead of below. God, this is a challenge. I was thinking more along the terms of you could actually get these planes to, would this tech work at all? And I mean, would it be feasible to put on? I mean, I know when you're experimenting with something like the MUPs that you have, the MUPs, or little strakes like this, or any spheroid winglets, or anything, would it be worth it, other than to just simply test aerodynamic feasibility? You know, you're not really. Well, your pods are different. The pods are different. The pods you definitely want to serve a purpose. These are just aerodynamic aids, and it's like, well, they're causing more trouble. Well, when it's miniature, like everything you do is obviously you scale everything down, right? So, um, do you? Here's a question for you, kind of teetering on that one. Are you like when you do with the miniature planes and you use these as like longerons or spars or anything like that? Do you add like the plane itself being that small? Do you have to fine tweak it with like tweezers and such? Do you use smaller tools to get this on, like needle nose pliers, for example, or do you try to do this without the aids and just try to build it, you know, finger only? Because I normally myself, I mean, I try to do finger only. It's in the case of this plane a challenge, but I figure you got to. I mean, you know, this is so small. I mean, here I am having a prime example, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to be stuttering about this, but I mean, like, I'm trying to build this, and dude, getting this plane together with a small piece of tape that wants to stick to everything but the surface of the aircraft is annoying as cuss. There we go. I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. No, you don't got it. Get it? Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the canard spars, that'd be interesting if we actually, well, if he actually went with canards on there. I'm assuming you had canards on yours that you mentioned that you call them that, unless they were actually built to form that form and function. Boy, I think I twisted that box and I put it on. I do love doing the little tinkers like this, but this is really small. And I don't know if I kept it. Yeah, it's about 1/8 away from the wingtip on that side. Damn it. It's about 3/16 of the wingtip on this side. But it is more square. It's more square down the body. You guys aren't able to tell that really too well. It's kind of subtle. Like you, I mean, I suppose if he has, his, for example, fold the chips down over it. My biggest problem is going to be this right here. God, Lord God, I got to hold it the right way. My biggest problem is going to be his right here, and you can't tell. Hey, shading. But like this one here is like right at the tip. Oh, no, it's not. That's the one that's not at the tip. Oh, my gosh. This one here, but right at the tip. The box comes to the leading edge. This one does not. This one goes further back down. So I'm kind of concerned about that because, again, symmetry is your friend. And I have not done a good thing with that one. But I'm hoping I can, like, you know, I'm hoping this doesn't matter to this plane. I'm hoping I can recover it by simply having it where it sits. I'm also hoping he's got a better idea what to do with this because, like, these here are just not, you know, so bloody small, so bloody different. I mean, you're going to pass air through them, sure, but other than that, what are we trying to do? And having a leading edge on both sides being square the way it is, what's going to happen here? I mean, torsionally, these things want to twist because of how we construct them. Actually, this box is fairly straight. This one wants to twist. I'm kind of leery about how that's going to react. It seems stable. I know I can wiggle it pretty good, but it seems stable. This one's very stable. And I didn't change anything different about them, really, so I don't know what's causing the issue. So they're just not large enough for tools. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I think it's good. Yeah, if it's good for you. Having to use fine tools like these, it's it's great if you can keep it large, but I mean, is it necessary? I mean, I have a tendency to think that I'm kind of cheating if I use these, kind of. But I mean, again, it depends on your patience. It depends on the steady of hand to get something like this on that size. So I don't know. Oh, so you were looking for them, and you found them. Okay, that's good. That's cool. Let's take a look. Yeah, OAE's instructable page. Ladies and gentlemen out there, yeah, please, I definitely highly recommend. He's got a bunch of his aircraft there. If you haven't found it, we've got a link to that at the home site. And we're talking about pods and such like this, and spars as he is. These could almost. I was thinking about that. Like, hey, are your spars like really long? I mean, if you're canard spars, I suppose they wouldn't be. But I mean, like, have you played with some that are like longer than that? Like almost like length of the wing here we're talking, which is a good what, 3-4 inches? Yeah, 4 inches. I mean, if you're talking about a canard spar, I'd imagine that's only probably about as long as these are, which is only an inch, maybe to 2 tops, depending on the size. But working with something that's like 4 inches long, I wonder how that would be. That's like almost creating a longeron, something, some framework for the aircraft itself, and probably need something sturdier than a simple box like this that can just play around that way. You could reinforce. I suppose we would reinforce with like tape around the body. Be better off. I don't know if. I mean, we've worked with things that create skeletal structure with the bird. A lot of times, like if you launch bottle rockets, and if you have your LC bottle rockets, the sticks that come on the bottle rockets function very well for such a thing. They're really light, but they're sturdy enough for a paper aircraft that if you put them inside from wings, wing pockets, wing junctures and stuff, they work really well. Then again, if you have something super heavy, it just doesn't even matter. We have javelins and apexes and the new Comet and stuff, which obviously would probably be able to handle pretty much anything down the center body and not
Thunderbolt.
affect it.
And Thunderbolt.
And Thunderbolt. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. Are you back now?
I am back now.
We've got OAE chiming in about how much of his the mutt pods that he's got look like.
I need it. Well, I'll get it to you.
He's pointing out some of the ones that we've got. So some of the ones that he's got, he's pointing out his instructables and how to make some of these spars and such. These are really small. Again, I want to point that out, like you haven't noticed. I'm already thinking like it would be a lot better if you make something like a wider span. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know if 1 inch by 1 inch. Then he's sending him his really such.
Yeah, let me go grab that and test that again.
What, did you throw it?
Yeah. I taped it.
Oh, okay. Do it!
Tape the nose and then you're done.
Okay. Oh, tape the nose and you're done. That's it? Okay, he apparently wants us to make it simple like this. Fair enough. They get beefier? So, like, add-ons and stuff? Or, like, just... You mean weight in general? Or, like, the add-ons that you put on them? I mean, obviously the spars could get sizable. Your Vulcan's a sizable... Compared to certain other aircraft, it's more sizable, so... But you've beefed them up simply by the design, right? I mean, I've seen... Obviously, you've got a lot of Vulcans of various types, so... one more basic design like Stratovulcan versus... Well, even the basic Vulcan. We're talking about lots of differences. I'm just wondering, like, you don't call them, like, something different just because you added the spars or you added a different size spar. If you put one size spar on the Vulcan, then if you put another size spar on it, does that make a different design for you, or is that simply a Vulcan with a another little add-on? I don't know. I have not, with certain phases I've done that, and then I've also left it off. It's obviously up to the designer. If you decide to make it a bigger bird, or I mean a different variant, a sub-variant of the same bird, yeah, totally up to you. But I mean, I've also I've gone both ways. I made a sub-variant and then I've left it alone and said, no, it's not going to work. I just want it to be the same as it was before, even though it's got a difference. What's a big enough plane overall that you have?
Okay, so I added a piece of tape to hold it together where the wing pockets begin.
Where the wing pockets begin? Did you put one on the nose?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So at the top, right, like right here?
No. Oh, well, back here in the back.
Oh, back here. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but you put one at the nose.
Yeah. I put a piece of tape, a good sized piece of tape at the nose.
Okay.
You could probably try a little bit smaller because I think mine's too heavy.
No, I'll stick with what I got. So did it just overlap the wing pockets and go onto the plain wings, or did you just cover the wing pockets?
No. I kind of overlapped everything.
Okay. You sealed up the whole thing. Okay, I'll follow suit with this here.
Just to kind of get it, because the wings tend to jerk a little too much.
Nothing like adding a little stability on there. Did you fly without it before that, or did you just go ahead?
No, I did. I flew without it.
Okay, so I have a piece of tape. My God, that's blinding white. There it is. You can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Did yours fly okay?
It flew straight.
It flew straight. You lucky dog. I don't know if mine's going to because of what happened to mine, what I was discussing while you were gone. I had to reapply one of my. I had to reapply one of mine, and it may work, it may not. We shall see.
I definitely think making them bigger will make a bigger difference. And maybe putting them in a different spot.
Indeed. Hey, what happened to your camera? Does everybody still see him? Because I see a picture of his chair blank in there, but I'm not seeing you. It's not live anymore. What happened?
Oh, wait, you can't see me? Let me fix that.
Okay.
Can you see me now? Can you see me now?
This isn't a commercial from the 5 years ago.
Yeah. You got it?
I can hear you really good, but...
Okay.
So Vulcans have just gotten, okay, they have gotten subvariants by calling them mark this, mark that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's something I would do. Yeah, and that, if you've got one that'll... The sweepback, yeah, when you increase the sweepback of the wings, that's for sure. Mark, are you seeing this at OAE's, got us on the Q&A here? I don't know if you're noticing that or not. I don't know if you can see it.
I can't see it.
Okay, good. Well, he's on there, so he's talking about his Vulcan line. He was marking how these look like his MUPs, and then the MUP2s actually, and then how they look like spars, because they can be construed as framework, being as small as they are. Like a structural add-on. Of course, we've got them sitting here way out on the tips, so that's not adding to the structure of this bird at all. This is just aerodynamic fences. Then when he's talking about the sweepback of leading edge, yeah, I suppose it would help to increase the spar strength, wouldn't it? Because you're keeping it closer to the body, and doing so, of course, less wing ratio. Excuse me. It's just going to be stronger overall anyway. So the spar is going to do a better job holding it together, or keeping it from, as you say, flopping and so on and so forth. How were your flights, Indo? You said they were straight, Mark?
Yeah, they flew straight. I mean, typical. Nothing fancy. Nothing what I expected.
Nothing what you expected. Oh, okay.
I didn't expect it to fly the way it did.
Well, it's probably it probably has something to do with like if you wanted to like to straighten it out to glide it or whatever. I mean, again, I'm not entirely sure. It's just an experiment. We don't know what we're looking for really, but I'm assuming that if we wanted it to aid, it would probably need to follow the fuselage line instead of following like the wingtips. The wingtips just make a great guide to keep them straight.
Yeah.
Although straight isn't what we're after kind of here. They probably should point in a little bit to.
What if you tucked them along the fuselage, though? Tucked them right up against the fuselage. Not these per se, but say if I added 2 more along the right along the back of the
Trailing edge?
trailing edge right at the end.
So like right back here? Like where the rudder area is?
The rudder is. Added 2 more, but bigger back here.
Yeah. I mean, well, we'd have to test it out and see. It's hard to say. You're talking. I would like to see that. We'd have to test that out, and whether we should test it out with one that's already got 2 on the wingtips or not. Maybe you should build like 3 more and then have one with just them, and then one with both, and we can compare the flights. Because these are essentially just adding anhedrals on. So, I mean, a box anhedral and a small anhedral, but an anhedral nonetheless. I suppose I need to throw this myself and see how this works. Yeah, I bet it is becoming a challenge to try to find different names after you've got like 26 versions of the name. Well, I mean, again, you have a unique naming system, in which case you do. When you have a variant, you have like, I'm going to change it up because there's something different on there.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool idea.
It does.
It does.
The next one's going to be called Pancakes and Sausage.
I knew you were going to go there with that. Yeah.
With sausage.
I can see you guys are going to go at this for a while. Really, you got to have fun with that, really. No, but I'm just...
And gravy.
That would be the deluxe variant. No, see, yeah, Mark, if you've got...
The heavy transport.
You should consider, like, this. Okay, I know you try to avoid the subvariants, but like, if you've already got a name where, like, okay, you got Vulcan, then you switch it, you're adding on the names to it. I'm guessing if you just, well, you said the Mark 1 through 26 is, I mean, that's like the baseline calling it is like Vulcan Mark 1, well, Vulcan Mark 2, but then its official name is like Stratovulcan and the Meta Vulcan and so on and so forth. So.
Yeah, but that's cool.
It is cool. I mean, I don't know if I could do it. Because, dude, how you come up with 26 names? Hey, he's gonna make the bacon sometime. So, I mean, at least we can have
bacon and sausage.
That's a lot of beef. He's talking about beefing up Vulcan. So, I mean, like, if you're beefing up a plane, well, that's porking it, but still.
Just call it bacon. I mean, because everybody loves bacon anyways.
Now, here's the thing, too, and when you add on these things, when you add on stuff like, again, strakes, or when you integrate these improvements like you're talking about, when you put anhedrals on here, do you consider it an improvement? Do you keep staying with it, or do you just test it out and say, whatever? Even if it works, you just, whatever. Or do you keep going with it? Like I said, if this has a tendency to work out for Diablo here, Mark, you going to keep this on board?
Oh, for me, I feel like it would be, if it doesn't work, I scratch it off the list, or I at least try to change it. Not that particular one, but like I'm doing right now, I'm making another one, and I'm going to make bigger boxes and put them in a different spot.
Bigger boxes. It's funny to hear that. I mean, talking about how like you put what you're working out to here is like leading to perhaps a cargo style situation. I mean, you make a big enough box towards the body, we can start holding it could start carrying some stuff. I mean, not a Diablo, not a Diablo in this size.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But you could. I mean, if you sized it up.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
Okay, Mr. Transport. I know you don't have. All right.
Oh, that's KIA over there. Mr. I like to build big birds.
Well, dude, I want to build bigger birds too. I got to build something like.
No, he just
something
builds
like what he's got.
like on Sesame Street.
I hardly think he's got the yellow feathers, but yes. Well, wait a minute. No, you're right. I think he did have one with yellow feathers.
I'm pretty sure he did. He's had something in every color.
Hey, by the way, your camera still hasn't come back.
What? Really?
Yeah, you're still not back.
What does it look like?
Well, okay, when you speak and I let you go, all I see is the little icon for your plane, your little av. However, if I see you in the background, and the public may be seeing this, I'm not sure.
So
I don't know.
How about now? Let me look at this. Is that better? No, that's not better.
No, that's not better. That's worse.
Ain't nobody got time.
I had to turn my camera off and then back on to get it. Well, actually, we had to restart this one. But I just turned my camera off and then came back on, and it worked out fine. I don't know if that's what you can do. I just don't know.
Well, let's see if that worked.
And see here.
See, I don't know. It could be my internet connection.
It could be. Well, it could very well be because when you left, that's the screenshot I'm getting is a small icon down there at the bottom right. I see like when you got up to leave. That's what I see is like an empty chair, the plane in front of us, and the cord. But when you talk, all I see is your avatar. So it could be the internet connection, but I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. It could be the app. Could be the app. I don't know.
It's true. I'd almost say like if you could reboot, I don't know if you could do something like that. Just I mean not turn off, turn on, but I mean like if you just leave and come back in. Which I don't know if you can successfully do, so if you want to risk it, it's up to you. But,
if I end the call, will it end both of us?
I do not believe so. I'm the one that started it, so it's live for me. It just probably ends your part of the call, if you want to take that chance.
Yeah, maybe I can join back in.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe you can.
Maybe I can join back in. Let's see if I can do that.
All right. Oh, hey, you're talking about how you're saying like the series is the Vulcan in particular, seen evolution. Okay. And this is a question we've always come up with is like, again, it's nice to point out, mods that you've made and such like that. How far do you go, or how far do you need to go before it changes the plane entirely? Like, you're calling all these Vulcan, for example. Like I've called all of mine phase and came up with variants and then subvariants. But is it still a Vulcan? Is it still a phase at heart? Have you modified it in such a way that, like, I mean, do you ever build it and say like, ooh, I've got to a point where this might not be a Vulcan anymore? We've always had the debate is like, okay, look, you fold it and you fold it again.
Oh, what is this stupid?
Yeah, that. You fold it and you fold it again, and it turns out to looking like a plane. Like if you fold a completely different aircraft and it comes out looking like a Javelin, and then you have another plane that looks like a Javelin, but they fly completely different. Is it just because they look like a Javelin? Are they the same plane? Or is it because it flies like a Javelin that it's the same plane? And see, I can't, it's not because it looks.
It's not because it looks, not to me.
It's because it was built the same way. And again, now, like OAE's pointing out here, and he's talking about how like the variant has come a long way from the first to the 26th variant. But he still considers it a Vulcan. So obviously the foundation is the same. And that's where we get it. The core of the plane, the foundation, the same basic folds, I guess when you get to the point where you make your wings, that's Vulcan. And then when you start adding on maybe anhedrals, maybe winglets, all that is what changes it.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. I don't know if you can see me.
Did you go out and come back in?
Yeah.
I do not see you yet. It must be a connection thing. I see your avatar vibrating.
Yeah, that's the same with me now. I lost your picture.
Really?
Yeah, because of that. Yeah.
Well, That sucks.
It's got to be something with the app. I don't know. It's got to be something stupid. But that is okay, because I'm going to build me another one of these stupid things.
Well, we'd like to be able to see what it is you're constructing.
I'm building the same thing.
I know, but you said you were going to build it with a different size
Well, you know
box.
what? Dookie booty.
You're not going to call it the big old dookie booty, are you?
Stupid piece of junk. No, that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it stupid piece of junk. Ooh,
so he's saying like he builds the bigger size ones. Mr. I don't do transports. Yeah, well, you did one point. I might point out you still have Black Squire and Black Knight on the list because you can't build anything. You'd still like to find them. We never really officially retired them. You never really officially retired them.
I need to put them like just MIA.
Well, something, but either that or you just need to develop a new plane and just call it that.
You can't retire something that's MIA.
No, I suppose not. But then put it out to pasture or something. Build a new one.
I'm actually going to probably call it POW.
So
it's a piece of work.
So OAE's here has got like he's talking about like those aircraft are like the bigger side, slab sided. So the MUP2, for example, is bigger and fits on it better. So it can actually do more than simply, enhance aerodynamics. It can carry stuff. Like I was telling you about.
It can fly?
It can fly, but it can
like
do. No, like bacon, man, bacon.
Like a sausage?
Don't be jealous, man.
Oh, I am.
Well, yeah, because he got like 26 different names. We can't come up with it.
He's got like 26,000 different planes.
Oh, yeah, sure. I just got 26,000 of one type of plane.
Yeah, but you still got 26,000 planes.
Oh, yeah.
See, he's got like 26,000 designs. I can't find one. This one don't count.
Okay, so the Hunter. Okay, he's pointing out how Hunter and Aero Hunter were renamed, and they kind of stemmed from the Meta Vulcan. But the Silhouette, it's a different aircraft. They must have different flight profiles, I would assume too, which is another thing that might want to make you change as to whether or not it's a different aircraft. I mean, again, when I built a Javelin, for example, that did not fly, like it wasn't an interceptor at all. I don't know how I managed to do it, but the actual thing glided. I am not having a Javelin glide. I mean, I'd love to, I guess, to a degree, but that's not a Javelin anymore. Javelin's my interceptor. It goes straight. So if it glides, we got a different bird. And, I mean, you take that into consideration when you're building aircraft.
Even if you build it the same?
Even if I build it the same, which, again, I couldn't possibly be doing because, I mean, 99 out of 100 Javelins can't be wrong. They all flew straight, fast, same flight, high. And this one just decided to glide. I mean, no. That's not a Javelin.
Type of paper?
It might have been. I don't think so. I mean, again, that was back in the day when I was using that notebook paper still, which I've totally retired from using Javelin with notebook paper anyway. But it's funny because I think, no, that's not true. Javelin number 1 was built out of copy paper. I think Javelin number 3, 4, and 5 were built out of notebook paper, but they still flew like Javelin did. It wasn't until later, I think it was like one of the Javelins in the 30s, I believe it was 36, that glided around like crazy. And I'm like, what the hell? I believe I was just testing a different variant. And I think it was folded the exact same way as one with a copy paper, but in notebook paper, it was so light that it actually glided around, which was cool. I don't know if I could duplicate it, but I don't really want to duplicate it. So,
should I do like a 3-inch box by 1-inch box?
You wanted to make it long, or you wanted to make it big?
Bigger, so I probably need to do a 2x2.
You got bigger all around, 2x2, definitely. I'd like to point out, by the way, that I did test fly mine, and it flew upside down and straight inside the house.
See, mine never went upside down.
Now, how did you avoid that? The Hunter.
I'm the pilot.
Because I'm the pilot. Yeah, what, did you crawl in the cockpit and fight the stick? Because I didn't have that issue. Mine just took off, went upside down, and then flew straight, which is great and all, because that means if you add strakes to the top of the plane, Hey, you can make it glide, do some fanciful things.
Um,
OAE showing us the hunter here at his instructable site. That's a nice looking bird.
how do I get that same?
That's more of an interceptor. So if that the hunter flies straight, I'm gonna need to test fly that one. See,
Maybe a maybe a 2x4 box.
a 2x4. Oh,
Maybe a 2x4.
see now OAE, you have a tendency you call a lot of your birds multi-roll. Um, that's like a good
It's
way.
like an oxymoron.
Well, to a degree, yes. I mean, because I mean, a lot of our planes really and truly could be that. Like, especially now that we've eliminated most of the fighter rules, it's like, oh, sure, if we actually bring them back for something, we could always just go ahead and say the battlefield air interdictor, the long range attack, or something like that. It could be turned into a dogfighter just as easily, or a patrol fighter. Sure, no problem. But now we consider those roles like secondary and not really considered. I mean, for that reason. Well, multi-role, like obviously you could use it. There's no problem with it. It's just like, well, I could foreseeably you could have that one plane doing everything if it's a multi-role, right? So like one plane and 5 squadrons. What fun is that? Although it does make it easy to code.
Yeah, indeed.
Hold on a minute. I'm going to get this. Be right back. Let me go get your Diablo and throw it back here and see what happens.
Throw it back. Throw it back. Throw it back. Throw it back. I really
Didn't
need to
even make
get
it back into the
the.
room.
I need
It
to. I
wants
really
to
need to
nose
get
dive. I think I got a little too much weight on it or something.
the thing up and running. It's driving me nuts. Not being able to see. Not being able to
No,
do.
okay. It flew good.
Not being
It
able to
did
do
stay upright this time. It must have just been launching. It must have just been the way I launched it out into the living room because it. Oh no, no, you're right. It's flying right side up now. Just that one flight with a fluke.
Okay, well, at least it was you and not
But
me.
it is diving into the ground. Like it's got a. Oh my God! It's got a definite nose down pitch. Everything it wants to do is just straight down. So one thing I'm going to have to do with my variant is put some flaps up to make it come like bring the nose up because dude, it just.
Yeah, because that's what mine's kind of doing. After it gets through, it kind of dives.
Yeah, I don't think that's a total weight issue. If we can do something to, here, let me just, actually, I can do it with this thing. Let me just tweak. Let me go ahead.
Cutting boxes.
I like the Hunter. Definitely going to have to build one of those. I need to build more of yours because you always said that and we always talked about it. I'm sorry I haven't done more often of it, but definitely going to have to build more of yours and just fly them out here and see what they do.
You know what I'm going to have to do?
What are you going to have to do?
Just build more planes in general.
Well, yeah, you are. Well, this is a good start right here. Oh, dude, it's nice when you put the flaps up. Oh, that was nice.
What? Well, here's the problem we're having.
And it only had to be up a little bit. The problem we're having is what? You can't see.
I can't see. Yeah, I can't see your screen. They can't see your screen, my screen.
I can see my screen.
I scream.
I can see my screen, and what I look like is funny. You have turned into just your paper airplane icon, so I'm kind of concerned about that. But I can see me, so I assume that they can see me.
I can't see me. You can't see me. We can't see me, so we need to see me.
We do, because I'd like to know what you're folding over there.
I'm trying to fold a box.
Oh, so OAE is talking about how okay, so the Vulcans have, like, you've reduced the force now, and it's just pretty much the Vulcans in multi-role capacity. You're going to have to let me know. You're going to have to let me know of how your breakdown is currently, where you were stationing the squadrons, because I know I got to make sure I let you know how the squadrons are going, but I'm going to need to like put them in different places because I need to know like, well, if you have Hunter doing an interceptor, sure, well and good, but which one of the Vulcans is doing the long range attack, the medium range attack, and the short range attack? And do you have one that's a stunter enough to do the close in attack, the almost a support role, which we don't have anymore. But the close-in support, do you have one that actually can do the, you know, tight loops that doesn't leave like but 5 to 10 feet away from you?
Holy cow, this is crazy. This is a big square box.
Which I would love to see, but right now it just looks like a plane with the square box cutting the rudder on it.
Yeah, that's terrible. That plane, it looks like a bunch of junk. I'm probably gonna change that. Oh, that's right. We need to put the tape on here first.
Indeed.
Ow. So let me cut the tape.
This is a lot better, actually, being able to tell that OAE's been part of this, and I'd like to thank you for showing up in there and contributing. That's cool.
Thank you very much.
Of course, we can't see you because your camera sucks. Or maybe the connection sucks. I don't know. Is it your connection or is it the camera?
It's either it's definitely not the camera itself. It's probably more so just the computer app or the internet connection.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I'd like to change. I'd like to alter it, but I'm scared I'll drop everybody. So.
Yeah, I mean, I can try to go back out and go back in and go back out and go back in, but I don't know. Well, if you go out and go back in,
I know I'll go back in, it stops. I mean, I can just, all I can do is I could like mute myself, or I could turn the camera off and turn it back on, which wasn't very successful last time. So I don't know.
well, let me try that. Did that seem to work?
Did you flip the camera off and back on?
Yeah.
That usually works for me. Hold on, it might take it a moment. So it might have worked.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe if you do it, maybe I can see you.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. If I lose people, I'm sorry. I will come back. Here we go.
Yeah.
Turn my camera off. Can you still hear me? You can still hear me.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Which I can still hear you. And my camera's back.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
That was just a test.
It's just a test, and I don't see a thing. I don't see a thing. I don't see a thing.
Oh, Lord.
Guess what, people? I don't see a thing.
Wait a minute. I wonder if I could hold on a minute. Let me do something really stupid for a second. I'm gonna reinvite you with the thing and see if that changes anything.
Right before somebody always does something, they've always said, "Let me do something stupid."
Let me do something stupid.
I ain't got no.
Did you receive the invite? I just sent another invite to you. I was hoping maybe that would clear up the situation.
Well, see what had happened was.
That's what always happens.
This stupid paper. Even this box is not easy to make.
Well, I'd imagine. I don't know what are you trying to? Are you trying
What am I trying to accomplish?
No. What are you trying to get? Like a what were they, like 1/4-inch size of the boxes again? Or are you trying to get like bigger size of the box?
Oh no, I'm doing a 2x4 box.
Okay.
The question is this gonna work? Come on, dang
it! Come on,
Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly.
You know, I wonder. Yeah, it's close enough for government work.
And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Holy cow, this thing is almost as big as a fuselage.
See, and that's what me and OAE were talking about. Is like if you're dealing with a spar, like if you're changing to a spar, it's like it's not an aerodynamic device anymore. Now we're talking about it's actually helping the plane, stay together or firm up or something.
Mm-hmm. Holy cow. Well, let's run with it. Let's run with it. Let me back this bad boy up right there. Put that right there. It's
So
not perfect.
that one's more of a dedicated interceptor.
Let me put that. No, dang it. I need that to come up. I need that to come back up. Come back up. Come back up. Come back up.
Bloody well go.
Okay, that's where. No, go back down.
I can see the
That's
basis of a lot of the same plane. Or I mean, I can see the basis of the planes when you mess around with them. The Hunter and the Vulcan do look shades similar, and not just because of the canards, but obviously the Hunter is a lot more streamlined, so they turn into more of an interceptor.
this is
And I'm guessing a plane like the Star Saber there.
this is really nuts. Who in the world would do
Tell me
something
about
like
it.
this? Who in the world would do something stupid like that? Holy cow.
Apparently, you. What are you doing over there?
This is not. That's the dumbest box I've ever put on anything. Oh man, let's
Oh,
see. Let me cut this. It's a 2-inch box. It's not a 2-inch box. 1, 2. It's a 2-inch box.
okay. So yeah. So Vulcans haven't assumed all the roles, but they replace. Okay, the yeah. If you have some in certain capacities that you don't really, I can see that. I mean, I haven't. If I'm going with a variant or a subvariant of the same type, and then I put it away and not use that one anymore, if I retire it or if it goes to my reserves, so be it. I still consider the reserves as kind of a. And I haven't put up the new sheet yet, and I'm sorry about that. I need to put up the new sheet. It shows the reserves have actually taken a more in-depth role. As a matter of fact, most of the reserves are they're going to have squadrons just like the active duty counterparts. It's not just going to be units like we used to call them. I'm actually breaking it down a little bit more Russian style, and they're going to have like regimental names, and then the regiments are going to have their own subdivisions themselves. I just haven't decided how I'm going to break it down yet. So
Anybody got time for that? Who would want to do a thing like that?
oh, so the MUP is actually okay. The MUP. Well, again, the MUP being a pod in itself is just an add-on. So it's in depending on where you put it, it might need actual additional strength on the plane itself to hold it. In which case, it wouldn't contribute to the strength of the aircraft as much as it would hinder it. So you would actually have to add it as well as structural enhancements to make it stronger in itself, in and of itself. Now these boxes you're making, Mark, they would be super long. God, man, get your camera working. I'd like to see what these look like.
Nope. I think you'll have to wait until Christmas. I hope I got that right.
So the newest line of your Vulcans probably have like the strongest spars built in. Have you used any like structural enhancements then, like sticks or I mean, well, sticks, but like sticks, straws, in our case, coffee stirrers maybe or something like that to enhance the structural stability? Like that one we did, we used a straw and we folded it. You remember, you saw that. We saw that. That one was that turned out to be pretty interesting. And it does give me ideas for other ones. But I mean, even using regular paper like an index card, if you had an index card and you stuck it along the lines of a body, just even inside somewhere, you're already strengthening. Whether or not you want to do it is.
You getting ideas scare me.
I have a lot of ideas go through my head. A lot of times it doesn't work. I still got to do the ones that like Dalton was bringing up. KIA had those ones with like his Exile number 16 there, which was a great little, well, it is a great little plane. He's got those little streaks in the very back. I mean, they're just tiny little bitty streaks. They work for that plane. Technically, they should work for a lot of others. I should put them on mine. Have I done it? No, I can't bring myself to do it. But they should work. They should be really good.
That's what that's what a lot of people say.
Yeah, well, dude, I've seen so many other people. Yeah, well, it should work. It works from, like Marlowe using the staples on the center line of his planes, right at the center of gravity. Boy, that really tore it up. And the 2 planes, 3 planes, 5 planes I put it on, it really worked. But still, it's not in every plane. Why have I done that? I don't know. Holes aren't in every plane, and they worked really well.
Oh yeah, that's so weird. I remember doing the holes in it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, seriously, when you were a kid, well, maybe not when you were a kid, hell, when you were almost grown up, but when I was a kid, I made everything out of notebook paper, and I made it asymmetrical. Phases used to be built asymmetrically. So there was always a hole in the trailing edge somewhere around the point of the anhedral winglet, and it was only in one wing. But damned if that plane didn't work. That plane worked great. And should it have worked? Probably not.
And I've seen phase work numerous times with the holy wing.
Do you?
Holy.
He's OAE's mentioning the Vengeance series. Have you put that up there? I haven't seen any of the Vengeance series. I haven't been on your current Instructables in a while, so maybe you have. I'd like to take a look at that. I mean, is that something you're still working with, or?
Still working with. I know what he's still working with.
Give me a break. Come on, man. It's not scrambled eggs over here.
Nope. Spatula.
Oh.
Spatula.
To pick up the man, you just hating, man. You just hating.
Man. Confuses me.
I've seen Trikay's page. Yeah, his folding techniques are really good. That something like that. Mark, I don't know if you've seen the videos on there that Trikay have done. We link it through the IVPAC page, but yeah, he's got some, like, his folds definitely stiffen up the particular aircraft that he flies with. The origami or not, it would still work, but I mean, he just uses origami in his, and I mean, when you're double folding and perhaps triple folding alongside and creating like your box that you're making there, or any basic spar, it's definitely going to reinforce the wing. Especially the wing. I mean, the body too, but you know.
This is about to be this. Oh my, that was a bad idea. How in the world?
Okay, I'm gonna definitely look into. Yeah, I definitely want to see this.
Whoa.
4 variants of the Vengeance. Okay.
This box is smaller than the other box that I just built.
You folded it too much, man.
No,
You must have it been smaller.
I must have folded it the wrong way.
Now, is Vengeance still being is Vengeance still like in TNE, or like we going active duty with it, or because again I haven't seen that. I haven't seen any of your results on it, so I mean I'll look into it. But like, are we thinking about putting that in the squadron use, or are we just having it? You're still going through TNE with it. Man, I would like to see these boxes, Mark, but, you know, dude, camera is not cooperating whatsoever.
Well, once we get done with a webcast, we can always, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's true. We can fiddle with it and see what we got.
Yeah, because I can post it up later, too.
But no.
4 inches long.
I got to see. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. There it is right there. Yeah, okay. Vengeance isn't that much newer. I'm looking through it now, OAE. I'm checking out there because you have a Vengeance series linked in where the Star Saber is. I must say I'm impressed with the Star Saber's look, too. I kind of like that. They must be, again, do you have, like, are those set up in such a way that you can throw them at, like, a close range attack, short range attack plane? Are any of those planes capable of that? Like, where you just throw them and they're only going to fly maybe 10 yards away from you, something like my vampire or the swallow.
Or the spit.
Firecat's not like that though, is it?
Firecat is a little bit longer.
Okay.
A little bit longer. Could do that roll. Oh no, I did the wrong thing. I'm about to see. This is probably what happened before.
That does make me wonder because he's talking about how like, you can see one over your shoulder at the moment. Okay, so you have them in capacity. Does that mean like how many aircraft do you have at one time, OAE? I mean, like you got like a bunch.
I told
Like
you 26,000.
dude, yeah, but he makes a lot of like one-offs and stuff. So I don't know if he like decides to like me, where again I've got like 40, 50. Well, okay, right now I've got 80 phases, but I mean, do you have are all these flight capable, or do you just like you have one and it's retired or put to the side after it's been through testing and development, except for the ones that are on active duty? I kind of wonder as to how big the fleet is. Mark, I know your fleet's comprised of like 15 planes, and like 10 of those are in sad shape.
Mine used to be amazing. I used to have planes and planes and planes. Now I got junk. This is what happens when you move so much.
Indeed, moving does hurt. I'll have to give you that. I mean, even with the hang-ups like I've got, because once you take down the hanging line, it's like, where do you put those? I mean, sure, you can hang them up in the truck that you move with, or the plane that you move with, or whatever you happen to move with, but chances are something's going to happen to them, and that's kind of bad. It's kind of rough. I hate that.
It's kind of rough. Even the boxes have been taking a beating on it.
And that sucks.
Yeah, it does, because I've been trying to take care of them. And nope, the boxes are just beating up my planes. I can't keep them.
How many have you got? How many have you got right now?
Total?
Yeah.
Probably close to 100.
Flyable?
No.
Okay. Flyable is probably substantially lower than that.
Probably about 40.
You have some in Pry-Fly though, right? Or do you have some in Pry-Fly?
I do. I have a few. I have probably about another 20 in Pry-Fly.
Okay, so he says he's got a few flyable. People's definition of a few can be a little bit different than others. I'll take that to mean you have somewhere in the neighborhood of, let's say, 30, for example. I don't know, because again, if I say a few, I'm thinking, I mean, I've got 60 javelins alone, just javelins, right now, and they're flyable. I'm not counting the ones in Pry-Fly.
I was gonna say that's not counting the ones in the box.
Yeah, because I don't have too many javelins in Pry-Fly. Javelins don't hold in Pry-Fly very well, just because their noses, even in Pry-Fly, mess with the other planes they're trying to sit around next to. So I'd say I've probably got a neighborhood somewhere of 350 that are flyable myself right now. I'm probably shortchanging that. I think in each hanging line there's probably 20, 40, 60, 80. And then I've got a good 200 on the line, 60 more javelins, and then 4 other boxes filled with stuff. And if you technically count our stuff, which I mean I could, but not really part of the force, yeah, 350 is probably a good number, maybe closer to 400. And I think that's a little bit much, but I want to move out of the boxes. I don't need to be in the boxes, except for javelins and vampires. They can stay in there. Javelins aren't going to harm themselves that much, and vampires are in a neat box. You've seen the pictures. Most likely all of y'all have seen the pictures. They sit in the box standing up. Now, granted, if I put any more in there, they're going to be screwed, but Yeah, Mark needs to keep around a few more for dissecting himself, don't you? It would be a better idea, just because if you had them available for taking apart, you'd be able to build them again. At least we think you'd be able to build them again. It's always nice to keep some of them hanging around. Like, that's exactly why I have. I mean, yes, this is probably the greatest Venom ever, but I keep it hanging around because this thing has no real pattern to its construct. When you're building it, you really need to pay attention to certain things. I don't think there's any measurements. Okay, there's measurements, but even when I first built it, I mean, the first one was probably just like, meh, let's do it this way. And then to duplicate, the first one had to be tore apart because there's no set pattern. And I don't really like those. You have to kind of, I don't know, oh, if you've got that many. I'd rather have a pattern you can follow as opposed to, it's probably one of the reasons why I stay away from origami, as opposed to like, this one's a fluke, it's a one-off. Holy crap, how did I build it? I'm going to have to tear apart my only flying model in order to build another one. I don't like those, which is another reason why Venom hasn't come as far as it has. It's a great plane to fly, but it's only a one-off plane to fly. It's not in active duty for that reason, because I can't generalize it. It's not a production line, factory assembled kind of production line aircraft. And that sucks. Venom's a good plane. Market will attest to that. It's a very good aircraft. But it's a fluke. I need it to be better than it is. Hey, you're back. What did you do?
Well, my whole phone reset.
Did it really? Oh.
Yeah. So can you see me?
I can still see a plane. I can't see you. It might
So you
be.
can't see me?
I would like to, but I cannot see you.
I was hoping it worked. My whole phone reset. I can see you now.
Well, that's good. I guess that makes me know that the thing is a live feed. Oh, somehow I made it. There you are. Wait, you're back.
Wait, what? You can see me?
I can see you. Unless that's not
Oh,
live.
well then. Oh, well no, it's probably live if you can see me.
There's
So
a plane at your. There's a plane at your arm.
Yeah. See the box?
Oh my God, guys! Can you see this? Okay, he made a box. Now that really is a transport right there. You can put staples and a paperclip in there, and yes, we can definitely see you now. Sweet.
I'm having trouble duplicating the box. I thought I measured it out correctly, and I don't think I did.
And you don't think you did? The Starfire looks really cool there, OAE. I didn't mean to go to the Starfire. I think it was a link on one of your other places, but I went there. I'll check out the Starhawk. OAE's talking about how his Starhawk is, yeah, that's a nice little plane. Oh, you got landing gear on it. Oh, that's cool. I dig the landing gear. I mean, you saw one of our shows where we did the landing gear, yes. Oh, of course, building in the landing gear and kind of making skids versus having actual landing gear. The skids are way better. Actual landing gear is kind of I don't know, a novel idea.
Yeah.
So you can't see any of the questions or anything he's posting up there, right? You can't see these. You need to see. You need to be able to see these links he's putting up there. Which, if I could share them with you, I would. I don't know how the hell to do it.
So,
Only
I mean, what I could do.
is duplicate your box. Starhawk is cool. That's a nice little plane. The Hyperspectre? Does it really look like?
Yeah, let's go here.
Oh yeah.
2 inches down. 2.
Yeah, I can see where the lineage comes from.
Do it here. Now I think I'm able to duplicate this box. I think I'm duplicating it now. Crap. Stupid.
Well, it's kind of stupid.
Could you hear my son crying earlier?
Yeah. Can't nobody miss that.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, we know. We know.
That's just the joy of having a terrible baby.
Well, some babies are better than others, but you know,
Yeah, he's.
if you're gonna have one good one, you're gonna have one bad one, as far as that goes. I think I was a.
And I thought Pollyanna was, you know, bad. That was a lie.
Oh, Mark, you're gonna love this.
Okay, so straight there. What was the way?
He's shipping off some like we're taking out like some of the planes he's got with like these landing gear versus the skid / outriggers. That's not what I did, fool. Make it happen, Captain.
Oh crap!
The nose heavy paper airplane. Does he? Oh,
No, it doesn't.
oh, you're gonna love this. It's the pancake.
You're a pancake.
How do you come up with these names anyway?
When he's
Because
hungry.
you use like Strato, Turbo, Ultra, you know, and you used up Meta, use up a bunch of them with Vulcan because apparently you wanted to keep the Vulcan name going, but then you like it's like I don't know I don't know if you've got a sheet that you go off of or you just come up with the names, but I myself have this problem that I've recently discovered and I've really tried to stop of is like I'm using all these old British fighters and I'm not a Anglophile like that, so I'm trying to lean myself away from it because the next one I was coming up with was going to be the Scimitar. I was thinking the Scimitar would be cool, but then I was like, wait a minute, no, I can't do this again because I mean, Javelin and Vampire are separated by 20 years, but still, I got Javelin, I got Vampire, I got Banshee. There was another one that was coming in, and it was like, no, I can't do this because it's looking a little bit like I'm just going with the old British names.
Why am I having so much trouble duplicating this box?
The super pancake. Well, did the Sky Raider series lead into like the Skyhawk or the Starhawk, the ones that actually had the skids then too? Because this is the ones that you have there. That like do have again with skids versus
Do that. That's 4 inches.
super pancake is sweet.
Let's do. You know what? I probably just need a whole new sheet of paper.
Boy, what have you done?
I have no idea what I've done. Whoa. I got that.
Well, I'm sending that through that because I don't know how to. I can't share it on here. I think unless I showcase, but I don't know what showcase. I haven't played with it yet. I could do it, I suppose.
Go up 2 inches here.
Hey man, pancake is okay. I mean, you know, if you come up with a name, you come up with a name. It doesn't matter. I still think that, like,
I still think he was hungry when he made that one.
Dude, some people might say Vortex was kind of gay for a plane that didn't actually act like it was in a vortex at all.
Hey.
Hey. I mean, we didn't call it the flying bus.
That was pretty close to it.
Yes, we could have. We could have. Hold on, I'm getting the plane. Where's my phone lining up?
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. All right, so I seriously think this is a 2x4 box, but I don't know what I
Where did
don't
the
remember what
plane
I
go?
cut. I've already taped it. I've already
Oh,
taped the thing on there.
it flew over here because I put the flaps on it. Now that I put flaps on it, it is interstellar. I want to go ahead and say that again. Interstellar. This plane. Now that Diablo, I've got the little flaps up. I just gave it that little slight increase in the flaps back there. Oh man, the nose up trim is awesome on this thing.
Hang on.
Definitely flies a lot better. I highly recommend you do that, Mark.
No, I'm not making airplane sound. What did you do?
No, the little trim. I gave the slight upward tilt to the flaps there. See that? I mean, it's very subtle, very subtle.
Oh, so you just kind of curled it up.
Yeah, all I did was take the finger like this and just like kick it up just a little bit. I'm not going to cut it into there. I didn't want to cut it into there, but that's all I needed. It's not even up by the tip by the boxes. But now this thing flies through the house really good. Oh, see, like he's built a Vortex too. How old is the Vortex design? Is that an older design or is that a newer design? Because like Mark's, well, how old is your Vortex, Mark? Yours is from like, that's old, right? That's like 2000, 2001, 2000.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, again, no matter. It doesn't matter. I just don't. I'm kind of curious because like I like aircraft lineage. But what the? Yeah, that is really cool.
What?
That's like having that flying cylinder. If you remember the flying cylinder, everybody used to make the flying cylinder. He made a flying triangle. His Vortex looks nothing like yours, I might add.
Because mine's better.
Let's not be hating again. Come on now.
I really don't know how I built this box.
Having a set of skids / outriggers at like your stability devices is definitely a good idea. We should almost all have something like that.
It's not adding up. The calculations aren't adding up.
Well, then you're using the wrong calculator, my brother. You're using the wrong calculator.
That is a big box. What are the dimensions?
That's what he said.
It's an inch across.
Yeah, I like the outriggers or skids. In any case, like I like them being like you can keep them on there as a stability aid, and the plane still lands on it. It's a great idea. I mean, not many planes can pull it off. I mean, if you can, you can. Obviously, it's a great thing to do, but I mean, not many planes pull that off real good. So, what can you do? I mean, you can't build every plane like that.
I went up 2. So maybe if I go up 4 and go over 2. Up 4.
It could be the fact that your arm is crushing one of your boxes right there, yo.
That's not it. That's not it.
Oh.
Did I do a 4x4? I don't think so.
Well, wait a minute. Measure one side of the box.
Yeah.
Of the box that you got on the plane.
Yeah, you're talking about this.
Yeah.
So if you measure this way, it's 2 inches.
Okay, wait a minute. What about the other way?
If you measure up and down, it's an inch.
Okay, so it should be 4 inches by 2 inches.
That's what I'm doing. I keep coming up with these tiny boxes.
What the hell? Obviously, that's got to be wrong. Those cannot be freaking 2-inch sides.
I've tried it. That's coming up as a 1/2 inch.
See?
Actually, that's coming up less than that. More
Well,
than that. But
well, wait a minute. If you've got a 1/2 inch, that means, well, yeah, still, but if you're approaching a 1/2 inch, that means what you did was you made the sheet of paper only 2 inches long. You need to make the sheet of paper 8 inches long so that it can
no,
read
stop,
2, 2, 2,
stop.
2.
I'm not counting correctly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
1,
Dude, yeah, the
2,
Spartan. I was just
3,
looking at the
4.
Spartan. The Spartan's really cool. That seemed to be like the next logical step.
This is why it pays to pay attention in school.
Oh, hey, did you put that? You should highlight the Spartan on the easy because that's a really good. That's a, as you said, it's a newer one. That's one you should definitely post up there, and we should do that, and we should get that thing flying because it'd be nice to see how that one does. Have you test flown that one yet? Have you flown that one outside? You got any results on that one? It'd be interesting to see how that one did. And we, like I said, we need to make that too. I'd like to make that one. See how that does. You definitely should highlight that on the easy, though. We need more rollouts like that. I myself need to highlight the Wasp, but the only reason I haven't highlighted the Wasp too much is because I really kind of silly at myself for naming it Wasp. I could foreseeably call that the test item and name it something else, but after having all the exotic names, Wasp seems so basic. You know it, I know it, we know it.
If you know it, and I know it, and we know it, then we all know it.
That it smells like a duck.
It smells like chicken.
Yeah, the Spartan is cool. Definitely should I'm gonna send that to you, Mark. That thing looks pretty tight.
Yeah, you sent me something already.
The Super Pancake because you love those planes, and then the Vortex because you made that plane. But there's the Spartan, which is apparently a newer one for him. Looks really cool. He's got negative anhedral dihedrals on that too, which I always find those fascinating because ever since my Bull, which is like a basic plane, I've never been able to make dihedrals work on too many of them.
And why did you make the dihedral? Or like, why did you call it the bull? Because of the dihedrals?
Oh no, not at all. The Bull, that was the Mark III too. The Mark I was the one I had originally called the Bull. It was just my transport version of not Windcuter, but the Dragon and the Jetstreak. And there are some of my those are
yeah,
some of my oldest birds, and that's a very common aircraft. So Bull, it just turns out that the Mark III of the Bull was like the most. I mean, I guess you could say it kind of looked like it, but the Bull was the most. The Mark III was the severely degreed. It like the dihedrals are so big it was like having fins. Why that plane worked, I have no idea.
Need to bring that back.
Well, the Bull is so easy to make, dude. I mean, that's like the most simplest of birds. I can't. Oh, that's why you want me to bring it back. You're an ass. It's such an easy plane. Why don't you build another one of those? I ain't build one of those right now. All you guys are gonna laugh because this thing sucks.
Before I get the second square built or box built.
Oh yeah, this Bull will be done so fast. Make your head spin.
It helps when you calculate the right size.
In calm sunny skies, it does well. See, but I mean, a lot of our planes do good in calm sunny skies. So
I cut 3 boxes incorrectly because I wasn't adding it up.
Yeah, because you were trying to get 2 inches out of the total instead of 2 inches per side.
I was doing a
per
2 by 3.
side. Oh, well, that's still stupid. What are you trying to do over there? Don't embarrass yourself. You're on live TV.
I wasn't counting correctly. My brain went to the membrane.
Can I just go ahead and say, well, you make a great deck builder if you can't count correctly, because neither can a couple people I know.
So we just end up like most of the decks in Wisconsin.
Short, shriveled, and slightly hanging to the left side, yeah.
Yeah, it is to the left.
Yeah, and I looked at the Trojan too. The Trojan was that's a nifty little
They
bird.
didn't have it in your size.
They didn't come in extra medium.
You said extra medium.
I take extra medium. Man, if that was a size, dude, everybody would buy it, I think. Well, yeah, dude, the Spartan does. Like I said, that really does look like a cool. The Bulldog. Let me take a look at this Bulldog here. The Spartan really has like this more exotic look. Not that other planes of yours don't. The Vulcans and so on and so forth. Even the Pancake. But yeah, the Spartan looks really cool. And again, I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated with that dihedral. I like trying to get dihedrals. Phases do not work with dihedrals. Javelins do not work with dihedrals. I mean, javelin will just corkscrew right into the ground after going like 8 feet from you if you put dihedrals on it. Oh my God, the Bulldog, dude! You could have called the Bulldog the Pancake. Okay, bad example. You could have called the Bulldog the Omelet. That thing's long and runny looking.
Called the omelet. So stupid.
Me? I'm stupid, Mr. Bacon and Sausage over there. I'm stupid.
Hey, I'm just talking about some food. He's the one putting them as plain names.
You didn't like omelet, I take it?
Oh, omelet was yummy. As a matter of fact,
I don't know if you guys
had
are.
one of those this morning.
I don't know if you guys are watching me build this, but this is like ridiculous. This is going back to like second grade, dude. Seriously, I don't build these anymore unless these are like my 15-second planes. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have tried this, but like actually 10-second. You should always
check this out.
You should always try this 10-second plane. Hold on, I gotta get back on the video. All right, what do you got? Oh my God, it's a giant box.
It is giant.
Holy crap! You know what that's gonna do? That's just gonna flip end over end and crash like 8 feet or like 2 feet in front of you.
No, we're not gonna have that.
It's too heavy in the back. You better put like 3 staples or a giant something or other.
It ain't gonna do that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
You're gonna have a lot of time for crashing in front of you because here's gonna do it. I'm serious when I say to people that like this bull. I haven't made this bull in so long. The last time I made a bull in frontline use, even the Mark III, was like 1988.
That was a good year.
I may still have a bull in the palace, but I doubt it. They're pretty embarrassing. This is literally like your basic plane with. And this is why it was a cargo plane too, by the way. Here you go. This is a bull right here. This is a bull, Mark III.
All the weight in the back.
This is probably. I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably the first time a bull was ever built out of a sheet of paper thicker than Xerox copy paper. This is ridiculous. I'm going to go as far as to making this the most exotic bull ever by putting a staple in its nose. And probably 2. Yes, I did. Oh, my God.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And that's a bull. And if you build a plane like this, it'd be... Oh, my God. And it still flies. I mean, it flies great. It's just trying to retire it, you know. So I'm not keeping a plane that a second grader can build from 1984 in my core still. That's just not going to happen. But it's still a lovely plane. You build a bull, you're going to be impressed with it. I definitely look forward to building the Spartan. The Spartan seems like a good plane to play with. And he's talking about how it's the integrated winglets, how they act. It can actually accommodate ventral winglets. but they're made for dorsal, which is so you can go either way. That's a good thing. I mean, do you find one works better than the other? You've tried both, I'm assuming. Does it work better one way or the other? I mean, does dorsal work better or does ventral work better? I'm gonna go get the bowl. Hold on.
I'm gonna go get the Diablo.
The bowls are so old. These were the last of my planes to be coated with like 5-digit numbers. I used to coat them with what's wrong? What happened? Did you fly? I'm actually gonna have to code this because I built it. I really want to do that. What is today's date, people? Oh, never mind. I know. Well, I'm looking anyway. Wait a minute. It's past midnight, right? Central time? It's technically May 4th. All kinds of milestones with this particular bull. This is the first bull built in at least 20 years. I think even a classic retro I built was done in like 95 last. I'm pretty sure 95 was the last time. Flies really good. Bulls always fly really good. It's very basic. I don't even remember what its code is anymore. I think it's a C. It's so old. Yeah, I think OAE. I think the next one I'm going to build for you is definitely going to be the Spartan, and try to do that and see what you're talking about this. See how the strikes and such go. Because I want to build it one way or the other. If I'm going to build it with the ventrals, I'm going to build it with also the dorsals and try it out both ways. Interesting box fold you have in there again too. I like that. Your security folding? Yeah. Very wyvern-esque. My wyverns look like that. Not entirely though. Indeed. I see where I could possibly go. Sorry, it's kind of being quiet. I'm watching the how to build on the Spartan here. Well, okay, I'm clicking through. I'm not watching. It's not a video. I can see where the integration comes in. Lighten the steps where you would flip one versus the other upside down. It looks like it flies at a relatively, I'm imagining it looks like it flies relatively straight and true. So I'm sure the deep slant in the fuselage there probably causes that. Because you have like, my God, there's probably what, almost 3 inches at the rudder there? Yeesh. That's pretty steep. Oh, easy to store. Okay. Well, yeah, I can see that. When it's folded into compact form, even with the wings and the dihedrals on it, yeah, it looks so much so. A Warhawk, I could definitely say from firsthand experience too. Yeah, Warhawk is really easy to store. I mean, it folds up to a compact size, only about the width of a ruler, and the length of half of a ruler. Yeah, so ain't much. You can't get much easier to store than that. I could probably still have this thing hold cargo. Yeah, would I? Nah, wouldn't happen. Yeah, and you consider the Warhawk old now. You don't even fly that thing anymore. I like it for that reason. It's easier to store by, I might say. Seagulls, for example, okay, Diablo, this size, and about 1.5 inches to almost 2 inches later, we have a bull, but they're almost about as wide as each other. And to think this used to be my transport aircraft back in the day. Well, okay, to be truthful, this is my light transport. So it can only carry so much.
Dude, I got time for this.
Oh, what have you done? Does it work?
Ain't nobody gonna beat me. Ain't nobody gonna beat me.
Why? Because I got a box.
On the back of my plane.
Why is it not flipping end over end? Isn't that box heavy as
Because,
hell?
Because I got enough tape on the front.
Oh,
I got a little tape in this in the same spot, and I got everything curved up. That is how it flies, and it flies straight. It
okay.
is great.
Okay, here, so you've got a use for it, or is this just a technology demonstrator?
This is gonna be a pain in the butt to rebuild.
That's for damn sure.
But I'm
You
definitely
see,
gonna have to take this outside.
you see my bull, yeah? You saw it, right?
Yeah.
My simple damn thing. Piece of crap. Yeah, see, and there's where a drawback to having the spars is too. Yeah, if you're going to have them in there, you can't really compact them down. But I don't know about you, but I don't really compact down too many of my aircraft. I mean, sure, they're compacted in Pry Fly, but that's because they haven't even put wings or winglets or anneals or anything like that on them yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the box idea, dude. And imagine, like I said, it might serve a purpose on a plane that small for whatever it is you're choosing to do, but it would serve a real big purpose on a transport size plane because you've got a cargo spot there. If you choose to go that route.
Yeah, I mean it could technically hold up. It's holding this pencil in there, no problem. I mean if you got a way to stabilize it.
Well, the pencil's a bad idea. I mean, if you had a pen with the pen with a clip, you could put the clip on there, and the clip would hold.
Yeah, you just have to weight it down on both sides.
You know, I can't remember who it was. Somebody had a great idea with it came to that. It's like I don't know you. Everybody's familiar with your Sharpies, right? Um, you seen the fat Sharpies, those super fats.
Oh yeah.
Here's a simple way. There's a very simple way of making those actually carry cargo. Is you use that cap and just put it on backwards up near the front, like so, and instantly you have a cargo carrying tube that even is aerodynamic, and you could like staple, tape it, whatever you need to do to make it hold on there. But look at that, you have something that can hold something. You know, I mean, and the big caps hold a lot.
They hold. What are they gonna hold?
Well, I mean, dude, if you need staples, if you need paper clips, they can hold those. I mean, no, it's not a lot. We're talking a smaller amount of cargo, but it's still a pod that you can carry stuff on, or in rather, and it's an easy carriage. You know, you just put it on backwards, and as long as you're holding it, it holds.
I mean, this is so neat.
It's neat looking, but what does it do? I mean, are we
It
talking about
flies. It
you're
glides.
you're
It
not?
flies like a plane.
Well, that's good. Hey,
It
look at you!
may. It
Look at
may be
you!
back.
You have a technology demonstrator for a change. Holy crap!
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Even my little box Diablo. Oh, speaking of which, what number do I have? Do you not know?
I don't know.
You completed it
I,
before me.
yeah, and I completed it before midnight. I completed both of these before. Well, this one I didn't.
Well, mine's
Well,
I'll put
no,
a date on it.
the body was done before midnight.
Right.
I think I'll have to go back and look at the time.
The boxes take a whole bunch of time. Well, I'll put down that it's May 4th, and it was definitely number 2 compared to yours. Oh
No,
no,
it should
May
have been
3rd.
no May 3rd.
That's right, son of a dick. Excuse me, people. May 3rd, but it's still number 2.
Because that was before midnight. That should have been before
Right.
midnight.
It was. Even with those stupid small little square folds, it was before midnight.
Yeah, the main thing is the body.
Yeah, saddlebags, dude. Seriously, that's kind of what your little box, well, not so little boxes look like. I got Mark there with his big things. He got giant saddlebags. I saw what you were like. You've mentioned that before. That's an interesting design theory.
Yeah.
So are you gonna like keep working with this, Mark? These boxes of different sizes, or
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna take this one outside. I'm gonna get some flights in with this one and see what it can do, and then go from there. See what range it's gonna be at, or see because that even that little one flew pretty good. Once you give it a little bit more power behind it,
yeah?
it flew pretty good. But yeah, yeah.
Saddlebags used as like conformal fuel tanks, like on real aircraft. Yeah, like the fast packs the F-15E has. Um, that's like pretty much like a to a paper airplane is like having envelopes along the side, little pouches. Again, would they be used to carry cargo, weapons, perhaps? And to a degree, the size of the box that like Mark here has on those boxes are way oversized, but still. I mean, if they work, dude, they work, you know.
That's what I'm saying. They work. I wasn't expecting them to be that big, but they work.
Here's another thing too. You could actually put flaps on the edge of the boxes.
What do you mean flaps on the edge of the box?
Well, like you put flaps on the wings, you know, you curled up the backs. You could cut flaps on the boxes and actually have them go in, out, left, right, up, down.
Oh man, see that's just going
Because
nuts.
there's more control surface area there.
Ain't nobody got
I mean,
time
think
for
about
that.
it. You know what? Think about it. If you like, you have okay, they're perfectly square on the front and back, right? You know,
Yeah.
if you collapse fold, like here, I'll show you on this one. If you take, not that I'm going to do it, but you take this right here, your outermost line, and you collapse fold the front end, it instantly creates like a point. So you'll have an aerodynamic point that goes to the back. You could still have the box back here, but then the front end will be sloped away and it'll be like more streamlined on the aircraft.
You talking about
Yeah,
like a triangle? Like
yeah,
this?
yeah,
Because then you would place it kind of like this.
yeah, you could do that. That'd be really cool because the two sides of the two sides would face flush with the wing and the fuselage, and then you just have a slanted edge there. That'd be kind of cool. I did that on one plane a while back. It sucked.
You talking about? Yeah, you talking about making it like a triangle.
Oh wait, no. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. Let me make a quick box of some stupid size.
Some stupid size.
Some stupid size.
You might want to make it a bigger box so you could actually demonstrate it.
Oh no, I'm making a bigger box. It's going to be a box of boxable size. So, I mean, dude, the box you made was like so big it boxed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
3 by 2. Yeah, 3 by 2. 2 by 3.
Yeah, and I saw. Yeah, and yeah, I see where you're going with that. Like you were saying, yeah, I mean, fared over. This is exactly what I was talking about with these boxes. I'm about to show you. I can see that because if you create a nose cone or a tail cone to it so that it's, again, more aerodynamically efficient. Well, of course, Mark, yours is efficient anyway because it just simply lets the air pass through.
Yeah.
But if you have a pod, okay, so here's my box, basic box.
Yep.
Now, like I said, I'm talking, mine was more along the lines of a collapse fold, which is how we make the fins. Now I'm going to do this exotically because I'm not going to complete the box.
You're talking about like the W.
Yeah, hold on, but you'll see. Like if you just a simple collapse fold, like how you make the fins on some of the planes that I was referring to. Okay, now we're gonna fold. Wow, you're not cooperating at all. What a bastard you are. This is all Mark's fault. He made me do this.
No.
Now, yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, so I collapse folded that. So now the box. See? So now it's got a slant. And it's like, okay, you're going to have a limited access to, like the box shape is square, but it comes out. See that?
What the?
That's what I'm talking about. So the collapse fold is essentially creating like a slopey area there. Oh, the box keeps coming apart. I didn't tape it.
Well, yeah,
but
I
like,
get that, but
yeah, but see, with it being square like that, now it's got like a little flush area, and there is some access to the inside, but you could eliminate that with how you create that fold, or you could just eliminate that entirely, or you could leave it open the way it is, forming a, well, actually in that case, it wouldn't form an engine very well because it would limit the amount of air going through it, but it would be more aerodynamically efficient because it's not a square anymore.
that would be weird.
It would be weird. But it's just something to play with. It's how OAE is talking about it. Like fairing over the front ends or something like that. You want to make sure, like, well, if you're not letting the air pass all the way through, you have to make the pod as aerodynamic as possible so it like is less of a drag penalty on the plane, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. With that, I think we're gonna call it a wrap.
Okay. Yeah. We got a lot done. We got some Q&A going on. OAE, appreciate
Got some building going on.
Yeah, appreciate the participation there.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The links are going to be in the description for the website. And don't forget to check them out. As always, keep them flying.
Indeed. Keep them flying. Well, I appreciate that. I'm definitely going to build a few more of your birds. I gotta see how some of those fly around here. We'll hopefully do this again very soon. Yeah. Keep them flying, people.